I think I find that the most enjoyable thing is the teaching environment. I find that being at the government school or the public schools is so much more different from teaching at ILA. At ILA, you are kind of an after-school teacher, but at the government schools, you are part of the students' normal learning environment, the normal learning career, and you become a real teacher in their eyes. And that has a lot of things to it. It has respect and trust that sometimes is not exactly the same at ILA. And that's something that I think is so powerful to feel. Spending a whole school year with the kids and earning that and developing it between your students. It creates lifelong connections. Even to this day, I'm still meeting students from my classes from last year, and that same relationship endures. So I think I find that really, really enjoyable and rewarding. My favorite grade to teach is 6th grade. I find that they are in the sweet spot between being just young enough to still respond to a lot of classroom management techniques and rules, but still being old enough to do some of the more developed or the longer activities that require creativity. They might require a little bit more setup, but the end reward, the result, is so much more. You can tap into a lot of different really great stuff, tap into knowledge and their experiences, and not just spend all the time playing games and singing songs. You can really do some meaningful things. So I really like the 6th grade kids there. The thing I find most challenging about teaching at the public schools is empathizing with the students. On one hand, the students work so hard and they spend a lot of time at school. It's probably actually not that hard to imagine how tired they are, but it's hard to exactly be in their shoes and feel that for yourself. That leads to students who are disengaged, they don't want to participate, and they're not motivated to even try. But the thing though is that I think the best way to combat that is to bring and introduce humor into the classroom. I think that humor creates the kind of environment that students want to be engaged with. When you start to make some of the kids laugh, then the other kids want to find out what's so funny, why they're laughing. And once you get everybody in on the joke, then you create this really powerful force that gets the kids to want to learn with each other and keep laughing with each other and do the next activity to see what fun comes next. The technique I use to manage my large classes mostly have to do with being quiet, which seems almost ironic for a speaking class, but it is so important. The thing that I use the most often is a signal to tell the kids that I want them to be quiet. So what I do is I do this, and at the beginning of the year I taught them that this means to sit up straight, put their hands on the desk, look at the teacher, and be quiet. And anytime that I need them to do that, I just stand quietly in the front of the classroom, do this, and wait patiently. And actually, it usually takes probably no more than 15 to 20 seconds before they realize what's going on, and just like that. So that technique, as long as it's consistent and reinforced with consequences that are appropriate and rewards that are appropriate, can become a very powerful classroom management technique in a large classroom. The advice I'd give to new teachers at the public schools is first learn how to draw. There are often a lot of times that technology breaks down or you forget flashcards, they don't stay up on the board. Any of those kinds of problems can be answered with drawing. Using simple chalk on the board and a stick figure drawing, there's a great tool to have in your pocket. The other advice I'd give is to always bring a towel and a bottle of water, because the public schools can be hotter than you can imagine, and that will save your life.